Hola, bienvenidos a la clase de español. Yo soy la profesora Dillard, and this video is to help you familiarize yourself with Blackboard and learn how to access the components of this course. Okay, so this is what your Blackboard looks like. And so all of these links on the left have information that you will need for this course. So about the profesora will give you my email and where my office is located, as well as my name. Your getting started information is the same information that I sent to you via email, and it's also available in the announcements folder on Blackboard. I do recommend that when you get an email from me, every email that I send you that goes out to the class, a general email, will always be posted on Blackboard. And I recommend that you read on your computer in addition to reading on your phone. It's easier to see and you're more likely to process that information better. Then you have your syllabus. The syllabus is a novel. It is about 20 pages, and that is just to be sure that you have all of the information that you need. It really walks you through a lot of things, and it also serves as an FAQ. It answers a lot of questions. Your course calendar, I definitely recommend that you print that off and highlight your deadlines and put them in your personal calendars. All of the work that you will do in this course is via the website Connect. It's an online platform, and that is where your assignments will be taken. And so follow the steps in the registration and enroll in Connect. Sign up for text reminders. There are a lot of due dates in this class, and I know it's difficult to remember them all. I will send a text reminder on the due dates to help you. Please sign up. This is important. Students who sign up are typically more successful than those who don't. So these are the instructions for how to sign up to receive text reminders for this class. Okay, so Tegrity is the test proctoring system to ensure that you are maintaining academic integrity. For this online course, when you take a test, we're going to try and simulate a classroom experience as much as possible. So you can't have other people in the room, you can't be talking to other people, and you can't use any resources like your books, notes, other websites. Everything has to be done by memory. So Tegrity is a test proctoring system that will run at the same time that you are taking your chapter tests, your midterm exams, and also your syllabus quiz that you're going to do at the beginning of the course. And Tegrity works kind of similar to what I'm doing now, where it will record your face with your webcam and your surroundings. And then it also records everything that's going on your computer screen. So I will be able to see you and your environment as well as what is going on your computer screen. So to use Tegrity, you're going to follow the instructions in this link. To access Tegrity when you're ready to start those recordings before you take your chapter tests, what to do if something goes wrong, and then before taking each test, you want to make sure that you are reading these Tegrity testing procedures so that you are definitely on the track to receive all of your credit. If you have any technical problems throughout the semester, you can access this link. Announcements. And then course materials is where you will find all of your assignments that have to be turned in. Remember that all of your assignments will be done through the web page Connect. It's an online platform that goes with your textbook. And then for each folder, you will have your list of assignments that you're going to do. If it says practice only, those are good for practice. It's just additional practice, but those will not be counted as a grade. But then your vocabulary, grammar, workbook lab manual, writing, speaking, and test is what you will be doing for every chapter. Chapter notes and PowerPoints is very important. It's divided into folders for each chapter, but also up here, there are answers to the practice pages in the back of your textbook. This is your textbook, and in the back, there are some really good practice activities for each chapter. They're all in the back. And sometimes in those lecture videos, I will put refer to page whatever to do extra practice. And so these are good practice. And then here are your answers if you want to check those out. Then for each chapter, let's kind of go through the resources available to you. The notes is usually just kind of a one-page overview of everything in the chapter. And this is a good resource to use just as an overview. And it just kind of helps you stay organized and keep everything kind of compartmentalized. The Workbook Lab Manual Study Guide, I really recommend that you print this off and use this. The Workbook Lab Manual for each chapter is rather lengthy. There are anywhere from 30 to 40 different activities that you will do. So it looks like there's 40 for chapter 7. And then I have these divided by topic. So if you just want to do vocabulary activities in the Workbook Lab Manual, then you can do these numbers. And then it also has a description of what you're supposed to do for those activities, because the instructions are typically written in Spanish. And so sometimes it's kind of hard to figure out what exactly they want you to do. So I've tried to kind of give you just an overview of what you'll be doing, a simplified version. Okay, so you have your Workbook Lab Manual. You have your vocabulario. I have links in Quizlet for all of the chapter vocabulary. You are going to use this to practice your pronunciation. So you will turn on the audio and then play audio for this term. You will go through all of the words and listen and repeat.
Contestar, to answer.
And so you'll listen again.
Contestar, to answer.
And then you'll repeat. Contestar.
Esperar, to wait, to expect.
Esperar. So you always want to repeat the Spanish. It's really important that you are looking at the word when you're hearing it and when you're saying it, because you want to make a connection between the correct pronunciation and what it looks like. And then there are various, you can use flashcards. There's a speller which will say the word contestar, and then you have to spell it correctly. So that's a really good activity to use if you struggle with listening comprehension. You can take a practice test, and then these are 2 games that you can play. I think flashcards obviously, but Learn is also very helpful because it gives you the English word, and then you have to write the Spanish. You have to type the Spanish word correctly. And that is what you will have to do on your chapter test. You will have to write out the Spanish word. So you might have a picture, or it might be even a translation, or it might be a fill in the blank, but you have to come up with those words from memory. So when you're studying, you want to make sure that you are ultimately able to produce the Spanish word. So to have just done something is acabar de, and you have to spell it correctly. And the correct answer is acabar de plus an infinitive, but I was right, so we'll continue with that. Food, la comida. And again, it has to be spelled correctly. Then I also have lecture videos for each chapter, and so these basically go along with the PowerPoints. I hope these will be helpful for you. This is my first semester to do that, so please let me know if you like the lecture videos and if you find them helpful. Here are my PowerPoints. And then make sure that you are always doing the review before you take your chapter test. So your review will give you some test taking suggestions, what to expect. These are kind of the things that you're going to have to do on your test. And then it also gives you some práctica. And I've chosen practice activities that are forcing you to use the same skills that you will use on your chapter test. So it might not be the exact same format exactly, but you're still using those same skills. So make sure that you always do the practice activities. Do it like you would do a practice test without looking up your answers. And then there's always the answers at the end. So if you check your answers and you see that you're missing all of these, then you can get some assistance for that. And then after each test, I will post the common errors. And it's really important they're usually up the day after your chapter test, and you want to make sure that you read that and you learn from those mistakes. And then those common errors are also a good way for you to prepare for your midterm and final exams. So that's about it for Blackboard. Please let me know if you have any questions. Remember, my email is up in the section where it says about the profesora. I'm typically pretty quick to respond via email, and I love hearing from my online students. I hope you have a great semester, and let me know if you have any questions. Adios.